I am not perfect when it comes to eating, but one of the things I am good about, I don't eat processed food. I pre-made my meals. This is steak and a side vegetable of potato and zucchini. The zucchini I've been growing in my garden myself. This is dog food, homemade dog food, bottles of water. And all you really see is eggs and fruits and vegetables. And then there's a couple of condiments on the side, but you're not really gonna see, you don't see frozen pizzas or meals ready to eat like the Healthy Choice or, I don't know, chicken pot pies and stuff like that. When it comes to my other food, this is just spices on the microwave, you don't really see a whole lot of bad stuff. You see vegetables, oatmeal, beans. I do have some Jell-O just in case my sweet tooth hits. Just like I said, I'm not perfect. This is just a prep item. We got some tuna, more veggies, and then all the stuff on top I don't really use. That's just prepping stuff. Got tea, some wheat thins. There's not coffee and monk fruit. There's just peanuts. There's not a whole lot of bad stuff. But again, I'm not perfect. So there is sometimes some cereal that you're gonna see in the background of my videos, because I eat cereal when I'm honestly just lazy. Just pure laziness. So I am not perfect in any way. But I do have to say, there's no soda, there's not really any bad stuff in my fridge. Because I have a sweet tooth, I make sure not to keep stuff on hand because I know my own personality. If I had 20 chocolate bars in here, that's all I'd be eating. So I just don't get them. And, hey, mister. And then my freezer just has meat in it. And, I try and eat as healthy as possible. I just stay away I don't have any potato chips or anything like that. What is going on, YouTube? I am Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you're interested in purchasing my book, I will go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below. I hope you can hear me. There is no microphone and there is a little bit of wind, so I'm sorry about that. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about healthcare when you are poor. As you all know, most people who have really low incomes will qualify for subsidized or free healthcare, but this is for those people who don't quite qualify and can't afford healthcare. So, as you might know, for the last 6 months, I went without healthcare. I now have healthcare. I have Blue Shield, but it costs me over $500 per month, and I do not qualify for any sort of subsidized or low-cost healthcare. So it's $6,000 a year. And when I was going without it, I did a few things to keep myself healthy. Now, not just a few things, it's pretty much a lifestyle where I want to live not as long as possible, but as healthy as possible. My family has a history of cancer, heart disease, obesity, and it's something that I really have to keep in check so I don't get overweight and diabetic and arthritic and stuff like that. But now here is my strange point of view. Healthcare is free. Sick care is not free. So keeping yourself healthy doesn't cost anything. Sick care does. Now the nearest gym to me is a half hour away, a half hour drive. So it's about 35 miles. And the gym that is that distance away is like $75 a month. So and don't forget, gas in California is $5 a gallon. So I get about 30 to 35 miles per gallon. So each round trip to the gym would cost me $10 every time I went. So that if I went every day of the month, that would cost me $300 a month in gas, plus the $75 a month for the gym, which pretty much makes the same amount as a health care payment. So anyway, I want to show you a couple of things that I do and have done in the last 6 months. First of all, I have a smartwatch that counts my steps, and I make sure to get 10,000 steps a day. Anything above 7,500, up to 7,500 steps per day has been scientifically proven to reduce diabetes, keep your weight in check, and just make you overall healthier. Anything above 7,500 steps will help you to keep weight off and all that good stuff. And then it tops out, or it levels out around 15,000 steps a day. But I found this beautiful park behind me a few months ago, and it is 3/4 of a mile from my house. So it's less than a mile from my house. And my 10,000 steps, it's gonna be different based on your stride and your height, but about 10,000 steps is about 5 miles. So it's 3/4 of a mile here, 3/4 of a mile home. So I get 1.5 miles out of my 5 miles just by coming to the park. But there's something really cool about this park that I gotta show you. Now, in addition to all of the exercise equipment that is free of charge, which makes me not have to get a gym membership, there's also this walking trail, which is exactly 1/4 mile long, but that's not it. There's more. This gym also has free snacks. Blueberries. Lots of seeds. Still good. Fig tree. Move, leaf. Fig tree. I'll be back in a week when they're ripe. There's more. Got a seed stuck in my teeth. More fig trees. And over here is some sort of citrus. I don't know if it's lemon or orange yet because it's too small. Not quite in season, but there's more. I just found a new toy. That's why I carry a backpack on me. Random growing corn stalks behind me. That's pretty. I'm coming back next week with a shovel. More fig trees, and they're small enough to carry home. More corn. That's all corn. Corn. Oh, look. It even has some figs growing on it. That's not all. Oh my gosh, there's more over there. I can have like 20 fig trees. 2 more things. 1, not quite ripe berry bushes in my beautiful little park, and just made myself another 5 cents. This is the 3rd one I've picked up, cleaning up the area and making money at the same time. Okay, YouTube, I'd like to say that I'm heading home, but the truth is I'm heading to the grocery store because I'm out of half and half. Another thing I do is I walk as much as I can. But, so let's get into a couple more details. First of all, I've got the pedometer. I've got the free gym here. I am going to be buying a treadmill for my house for when it's raining, because it rains here a lot. It might rain today. I think we have like a 40% chance of rain today. It's early in the morning. It's about 8 o'clock. But so a couple other things I want to talk about. If you can't afford $500 a month for medical and you don't get it for cheaper. Okay, so I believe in one-time purchases that you can use the rest of your life. I think those are great things. So don't forget that every year places like CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Walmart, they all offer free flu shots. Some Walmarts have blood pressure monitors where you can stick your arm in and it'll take your blood pressure. And that's something you can keep under control. And whew, that's strong. Whoa, lavender. And then there's roses up here. This is why I love California. Eucalyptus right there. I recognize almost everything here. Everything's edible. My neighbor's growing kumquats, and she's like, come take as many as you want. Okay. Free fruit. Free food here in California. That's why it's so cheap at the grocery store. Anyway. So you can take your blood pressure for free. You can get free flu shots. Hold on. There's people. Okay, let's try this again. Let me start over and try and do this a little bit more eloquently. When you go to the doctor, what happens? You get your height is taken, your weight is taken, sometimes your measurements, your temperature, and your blood work. And if you have problems, you tell them about it, and they'll tell you to take whatever supplement or something like that. So they take your blood pressure. So what are some of these things we can do at home for free or nearly free? So you can get a thermometer for a few bucks. Take your thermometer. If you have a scale, which every woman does, you can take your weight. You can take a tape measure and take your height. The blood pressure, there are blood pressure cuffs that you can buy for about $50 for a one-time cost at Walgreens, Rite Aid, Walmart, Amazon, you name it. You can also get an oxygen sensor that goes on your fingertip, which will tell you the oxygen that you're getting. And you can change your diet or your lifestyle in order to improve those types of things. You can eat a correct diet, which I do 95% of the time. You know, I don't like making videos about living on $20 a week, living on $1 a day, because it's not sustainable and it's not healthy. And that's not how I eat. How do I eat? I have 9-inch plates instead of 12-inch plates. Half the plate is filled with vegetables. A quarter of the plate is filled with meat, 3 to 4 ounces. I weigh it on a scale. And another quarter is filled with some sort of carb, usually potatoes or starch. So eating right, planning your meals ahead. Anyway, those are the types of things you can do. If you can't afford a gym membership, please check out your local parks, because a lot of them do have exercise equipment or walking trails. You can invest mine was $21 when I got it. I think they're up to $40 now. In some sort of cheap watch that tells you how many steps you're taking. And let me just say, people think that when I say healthcare should be free, they think I'm talking from some sort of political standpoint. No, I don't mean it as taxes and economy and GDP. I'm talking about the betterment of mankind. You know, 200-300 years down the line, after we're long gone, it is better for our species to have free healthcare. I also believe it's better for the betterment of mankind to have free education. Now, technically, healthcare is free, but sick care is not free. So you can be healthy as can be. You can do things I do. You can walk, you can exercise, you can ride your e-bike, you can eat right. But if you have some random brain aneurysm, stroke, heart attack, That should be free. Because if people didn't have to worry about their bills, think of how much our society could grow in terms of intelligence. We could make so many different strides in technology and everything else. We could, if it weren't corrupt, where people are trying to make money off of it, we'd already have the cure for everything by now. And with education, technically, education is information, and information is free. Library, computer, internet, but the internet is full of opinions without statistical backing or research. But the diploma, education is free, but the diploma is not. And again, looking 200, 300, 400 years down the line, will our species be better off if all education were free? It would be for the betterment of our species and the betterment of mankind. And I don't want to get on too much of a rant, but I live in an itty bitty little teeny tiny town, and they still manage to come up with the tax dollars to build that beautiful, wonderful park. And it saves me $375 a month just by going to that park. Also, something they do at the doctors, they take your blood work. You can have your blood work taken at Quest Diagnostics. I'm not affiliated with them. For about $250, you can get complete blood work, all of it. And it'll tell you, different things that are wrong with you, things you need to look out for, different lifestyle changes you need to make. It's just like going to the doctor. So if you're paying $6,000 a year to do that, you can do it for a one-time cost of $250 each time you go in to get your blood work done. So just go ahead and check it out online if that's something that you're interested in. That's the complete blood work. They have different stuff too. They have cheaper ones, stuff that'll check your thyroid or specific things for like $50. But that's what I do and did. And it's hard to briskly walk and talk at the same time. So I'm going to get off here, do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out.